him.
There were certainly investigators looking into what was it that motivated his campaign.
Were the investigators authorized to trail him, to phone him, to spread literature in the building where he worked, to dig through his garbage and that type of things?
The investigators were authorized to do whatever was within the law to investigate and find the motives behind Richard Beghe.
But no amount of effort by the church has been able to slow a torrent of sensational news stories about the recent mysterious death of a young Scientologist. She spent the last 17 days of her life here at the Fort Harrison Hotel. And once again, the church's strict adherence to Hubbard's teachings may have played into the hands of the church's harshest critics.
Lisa McPherson was a vibrant and devout Scientologist for 18 years. In the last year of her life, she turned over nearly $60,000 of her income to the church. But in 1996, friends say, McPherson began to display odd behavior. On November 11th, after a minor traffic accident in Clearwater, Florida, she stripped off her clothes and began to walk naked down the street. McPherson was taken to a local hospital for a psychiatric exam, but she refused treatment. In this, she was following the dictates of L. Ron Hubbard, who despised psychiatrists and believed he knew best how to treat mental illness. Hours later, she was released to a group of Scientologists who had come for her. In the final weeks of her life, while she lived in a room in the church-owned Fort Harrison Hotel, McPherson's Scientologist caretakers took detailed handwritten notes, which describe her mental and physical decline. November 19th. If she starts talking, she talks and talks. Then she stares at a spot. November 22nd. She refused to eat and spit out everything she took. Her breath was foul. She went violent and hit me a few times, telling me in a rage she was to kill me. I called in the guard.
She's spitting, she's yelling, she's screaming, and they're restraining her.
Ken Dandar is representing the McPherson family in a lawsuit against the church.
The notes show she was so weak from malnutrition and dehydration that she couldn't even walk anymore.
Those people loved Lisa McPherson. Those people did everything that they possibly could to assist her when she needed help. She came to them for assistance, and they provided it.
Render points out that some of the notes seem to reflect a genuine concern on the part of McPherson's Scientology caretakers. December 2nd. She is resting now. She originated that she knows we are trying to help her, although she doesn't know our names. 3 days later, Scientologists drove McPherson to a hospital 45 minutes away to see a Scientologist physician, bypassing 4 closer hospitals. She was dead on arrival. An autopsy revealed she was covered in bruises and insect bites, and at 5 foot 11 inches, weighed only 108 pounds. The medical examiner concluded her death at age 34 had been caused by prolonged dehydration, but experts retained by the church say her death was purely accidental.
She died, unfortunately, of a pulmonary embolism, something that is both sudden, unpredictable, and in many cases is untreatable.
Why, when it appeared she was physically deteriorating, wasn't she taken to a hospital?
I don't know what happened, Tom. I wasn't there. I just know what it was that she died of, and I know what a pulmonary embolism is.
And do you know the church had no complicity in her death?
Sure. Sure.
All they had to do was take her to the local emergency room, where all the Scientologists go, but they chose to keep her inside the hotel and watch her die. Is that an accident? That's not an accident. That's intentional.
Last month in Florida, criminal charges were brought against the Church of Scientology in the death of Lisa McPherson. The church is accused of abusing or neglecting a disabled adult. It has pleaded not guilty. Tom Jarrow will be back in a moment.
John Travolta and Kirstie Alley step up to defend their beliefs, claiming a handful of defectors are the source of Scientology's troubles.
If you divorce a woman and she gives me her version of why she left you, how valid do you think it is?
When 2020 Sunday continues.
We're about to hear more from John Travolta and Kirstie Alley in defense of Scientology. It is partly because of stars like them that the church has made such great inroads in the United States. But as Tom Jarrell tells us, that's not the case everywhere.
Munich, Germany. Nowhere have the attacks on Scientology been stronger than here. Gunther Beckstein is the interior minister of the state of Bavaria.
The Scientology is a danger. They want to have a Scientology society. They want to clear the planet, and all the others have to obey.
In their zeal to contain Scientology, the German government has raided churches, banned Scientologists from political parties, and openly discriminated against Scientologists who might apply for government jobs.
For no other reason than he was a member of the Church of Scientology.
Typically, Scientology is fighting back. Recently, John Travolta testified before a congressional committee on Germany.
Make your blood boil a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's it's beyond blood boiling. We're talking about, worldwide survival here,
I sat across from a German minister, a high official in their government, and he deplored Scientology in the strongest of terms. He equated it with the fear of the rise of Nazism, that this could be another fascist movement.
Oh, that's a shame, because Scientology wants a world without war, without criminality, and without insanity. And I want to be part of any group that wants those things.
There's no question that Scientology, that's a part of Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
There also is little question that there have been people in Scientology who have run into major problems in their lives as the result of wanting to leave Scientology.
If you divorce a woman and she gives me her version of why she left you, how valid do you think it is? If you've got a group standing over here of millions of Scientologists telling you daily the successes that they have, the wins that they have, the way they're helping people, and you can examine the statistics for yourself, and you have a handful of dissatisfied customers over here, then that's life. You're never going to have a group of anyone without some dissatisfied customers. So say, fine, you don't want to be a Scientologist, go.
And about the alleged harassment of those who criticize, including the media.
You know the best way to fight somebody is to just expose their crimes. If somebody's attacking me, I'm not going to, pop them in the nose. If somebody's attacking me, I'm just going to expose their crimes. That's good enough.
Do you feel that you need to defend Scientology?
No.
Never. I've never felt the need to defend anything that was good. I have felt the need to fight for it, but I would fight for anything that I believed in.
You feel there's been an injustice, you fight back. That's just a law of nature. Do you know what I mean? That's not anything we made up. That's something you do in order to survive. If we didn't do that, we wouldn't be here.
We'll be right back.
And that's it for 2020 this Sunday night. Thank you for being with us. I'm Diane Sawyer.
And you are fascinating.
How you talk.
And I'm Barbara Walters, and for all of us here, 2020 Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Have a great week. Good night.
A storm is brewing, and it's bringing something with it, something you've never seen before. Stephen King's Storm of the Century, February 1999.